Now, if there's anything you want to achieve in your life, you already know it's really difficult, whether it's financial freedom or losing weight. Now, what makes it even harder is when you have negative friends. Now, I know this is something that's really hard to do for a lot of people, especially if you're not confrontational. In this video, I'm gonna give you some pointers. I'm gonna let you know how I got rid of negative people within my life. Okay, so now first what I really need to do is discuss the 5 signs that you have negative friends. If you guys wanna add anything to this, go right ahead. The first sign is this: they don't believe in your vision. Now, if you have a vision to achieve financial freedom, lose weight, start your business, whatever it is, if they don't believe in it, they're just gonna hold you back. You see, this is the problem when we go through changes. When we go through changes, we visualize something, we say, okay, we could accomplish it. We understand there's a lot of obstacles to get there. We understand that. But we really depend on our friends and our circle to motivate us to get there. And if you have friends that don't share the same vision you do, they're really just gonna hold you back and you're gonna go nowhere. Now, the second sign is this: negative people love to complain. I know you're already used to this. People just love to complain. That's something you do not want to have in your life. You do not want to have friends that are just complaining, because after a while, you kind of start to believe in it. You really start to believe in, you know what? Maybe I can't reach financial freedom. Maybe I can't lose weight. Maybe that business idea was a bad idea. Yeah, let me just complain and blame other people. You see, negative people love to complain and never take ownership, but not you. You changed. You're taking ownership of your own action. You're taking ownership of your own life. You now know, listen, if I need to make some changes, I need to own up to it and stop being extremely negative. But if you have negative friends in your life and all they're doing is complaining, that's just unnecessary noise that you need to get out of your life. And the third sign is this: anytime you come up with any idea about self-improving and you're trying to better your life, they mock you right away. Oh, look at you now, you're trying to be the next Michael B. Jordan? Look at you now, you're trying to get into all shape, trying to get all skinny. They're gonna mock you and make you feel bad about what you're doing. That is what negative people do, because to be honest with you, they see you as a threat. And they know if you start doing something that's better, something that they cannot do themselves because they don't have the courage for it, they're gonna mock you and ridicule you about it. The fourth sign is they discourage your dreams. If you wanna achieve any type of goal in life, you gotta dream big. And if you're visualizing this great future for yourself and you're just dreaming massively, they turn around and they pop that bubble. Because as I said earlier as well, when you're dreaming big and they don't have the ability to dream as big as you are, they don't have the vision to see what you can see, they don't understand it, they're gonna mock you about it, and they're gonna be extremely negative and say, you cannot do it. Who do you think you are that you could do this? Only the rich people could do that, right? Only people with great genetics could lose weight. They come up with so many ways to make your dreams a nightmare. And the fifth sign is they try to hold you back. Whatever it is you're trying to do, man, they keep on pulling you back and pulling you in, right? If you're around a bunch of people who are just broke and you're trying to reach financial freedom, you're trying to invest, you're trying to do all these things, they will pull you back. And this is the way they do it. When you turn around and say, hey, I can't hang out because I'm being on a budget right now, I'm trying to pay off my bills, I'm trying to pay off all my debt, I'm trying to reach financial freedom, they will say things like, come on, it's just one time. Who cares? Stop being so tight. Life is about having fun. So just come hang out with us, let's have fun, and then you can just go back to doing what you're doing because life is too short. They'll find so many ways of holding you back, of doing whatever it is that you want to do, because they see you as a massive threat. And that's not the people who you want in your life. And unfortunately, reaching financial freedom is the most loneliest path, because there's a lot of people in your life that do not agree with you. There's a lot of people in your life who are extremely negative. And if it's not even people in your life, it's things that you're hearing and you're seeing on social media with everyone being negative. And that's why you need to remove all of them in your life in order for you to achieve what you know deep down inside that you're capable of doing. You see, when you have negative friends all around you, man, they just drain you. Have you ever been around a conversation with someone who's complaining the whole time? You leave that conversation feeling tired and exhausted. You don't want to talk. You just want to take a nap, because that is mentally draining. What you need to do is, rather than wasting your time in that negative conversation, and let's be real here. Sometimes you get caught up in that conversation and you participate. But what you need to do is remove yourself from it, and all that energy you have, put it towards something positive. Put it towards your goal. Do research on your next YouTube video. Do research about what investments to invest in, a diet plan. Put more into that. Because if you sit there and you start listening to the negativity, it's just going to reinforce the problems that you had before. right? You always felt like before, you know what, there's a certain limit of certain things I could do, and you couldn't see beyond that. But not anymore. Now you see further than that. But if you continually keep negative people around you, they're going to remind you that, hey, you do have a limit and you cannot achieve the goals that you want to achieve. And what this also does as well is it limits your opportunities to network with other people, to have some positive people in your life to get you motivated and to get you going to reach your goals. Because if you continue hanging out with negative people, trust me, that's something you can feel like really comfortable with and really complacent. And you do not want to be in that situation. You'll miss out so many opportunities of having some positive people in your life that will be able to help you. Because we've all been there and we've all done that. You have two sets of friends. One set of friends that's completely positive and the other ones that want to party and are completely negative. And you cannot mix them together. But we all know there's one group of friends that's a lot better than the other group of friends. So we know they're negative and we know we need to get rid of them. And that's the hardest part. A lot of people don't like confrontation. But there's a few things that you can do. The first thing you can do is set boundaries. Now, with negative people, you cannot make boundaries with them because they are not going to agree to any of the boundaries. What you certainly need to do is you set boundaries with yourself. You say, okay, I'm going to set myself a few amount of times to talk to this person. I'm not going to talk to them all the time because I know I could get caught up in the conversation. I could get caught up with all the negativity and it's going to cause me to do nothing. So set boundaries yourself about what information you give your negative friends and what information you don't. Now, while you're doing that, what you need to do is just gradually distance yourself. Right? Little by little, you start reducing the amount of conversations you have with them. Because this is the thing about negative people. If you're not giving them what they want, they'll get it somewhere else. Because they see you don't agree with them, you don't understand, and they want that reinforcement, they'll end up going somewhere else, which is great. It made your life a whole lot easier. But when you start removing slowly, little by little, stop giving them all your time, eventually they will leave. And if it all fails, if you try those first two things and it fails, well, you need to sit down and have an honest conversation with them. And this is not going to be easy because telling someone that they're negative, first of all, they're not going to agree with it. But if you tell them they're negative, they're going to be very, very, very defensive. But this is important, right? Your dreams and your goals are way more important than having a negative friend around in your life. So have that conversation with them as candid as possible. Try to smooth it out and be like, listen, right now I'm in a stage of my life where I need nothing but positivity. So please, if you don't mind, if you have anything negative to say about what I'm doing, please keep it to yourself. I'm trying to achieve something right now and I need positivity. I need some encouragement in order to achieve my goals. Now, once you start having these conversations with a bunch of friends, you might lose a lot of friends. And that's the part that people struggle with the most is because you don't want to be alone. You don't want to be lonely during this path. And I get it. Removing yourself from that negativity group puts you in no man's land. There's a few things you could do, okay? You can start building a positive network in your community or some positive co-workers that you have or some friends you had back in the days that are now doing something great. You can start, making friends with them. Now, I know it's really hard to make friends. That's probably by far one of the hardest things to do. And this is what I do personally, okay? I listen to podcasts, I read books. I make those people my friend. I act like they're my friend and they give me advice because I do get a lot of motivation from listening to podcasts, right? Listen to Dave Ramsey, listen to Graham Stephan, listen to all types of positive stuff, right? Right now I'm reading the Tim Ferriss book. All that stuff makes me really positive and optimistic in my future. So you don't have to necessarily have a physical friend in your life. You can just read and build a network of friends from media. You see, I do that all the time. All the books that I read, I feel like they're my mentors because they've been there, they've done that, and they're paving the way. All I need to do is just hop on that path and just follow along. So let me know what you think about this video with removing negative friends because it is something that is not easy to do, but we can both agree here that it is necessary, especially if you're trying to achieve any goal, financially, health, all type of goals in your life. You need to definitely remove the negativity and bring the positivity within your world.